Alright, so this is going to be the official 2022 Toyota 4Runner TRD Sport review. So I'm going to go through some of the obvious stuff you've probably seen in everybody else's video, and then some stuff I haven't seen anybody touch on. So this one here is the TRD Sport, which is the upgrade from the SR5. The SR5 is kind of your entry level. So this is kind of, I would say, in the middle. It's not the limited or high end, and it's not the extreme off-road. So I believe the only really difference between this one and SR5 is going to be the wheels, the body color options. So, and that's really the only reason why we got this. My wife wanted this, what they call Army Green, and she could only get that with the TRD Sport. Also, this was the only vehicle the dealership had. It came in as a order that was an ordered vehicle that someone had decided that they didn't want. So we ended up buying it off the lot. Alright, I believe the headlights and fog lights are an upgrade from the SR5. They're the projector style. They're very bright. Also, it has like the lower valance here, whereas the SR5 does not. So this looks more like a limited. It does have a 360-degree view when you back up. There's a camera that's in front of the license plate, one that's in the rear, and then both of the side mirrors also has a camera. So it tries to give you a like a top-down type view when you back up. It's pretty decent. It seems like it does a pretty good job. Really, the only thing I ever use a backup camera for is when I'm trying to hook up a trailer. It does have a roof bars or roof rack system. There are no crossbars that come with it. There's a lot of options and accessories you can get. We didn't get anything. We just got the vehicle as it sits. So, and I will place a disclaimer now. The inside of the vehicle is extremely dirty. It's been used quite a bit already. Alright, coming around the back side here, the rear windshield wiper actually is underneath this, we call this a spoiler or wind dam. The back window does come down, and it also has controls to both lock, unlock, and I believe if we hold this down it should, yep, it'll put the window down as well. And it only will do that if you have the keys in your pocket, or I should say the fob. There really is no key with this, it's just the fob. So you can put the rear window down that way. You can also put it back up if you hold it. And I believe if you just touch it, it should lock the doors for us. Yep, it just locks. So it gives you a small beep or chirp, and the lights indicate now we're locked. And we can also unlock it from the rear doing the same thing. And now it's unlocked. So those are some of the features, and like I said, that only works if you have the key fob with you. If it's in the vehicle, it will not allow you to do that. So this is just a quick view at the top. I'm assuming this shark fin on top here is going to be your antenna, because there is no like metal antenna anywhere on this vehicle. The back window also has the de-icer built in with the electric grid, which is very good for ice and snow. Alright, so for towing, I believe the maximum towing capacity is 5,000 pounds. I'm not sure of the tongue weight. I would assume it would be 500 pounds or less for actual tongue weight. It does come with a full-size spare, which also has a tire pressure sensor in it, because when you look at the display screen, it will show the spare tire and the amount of air in it. So that is also very nice. If you come over to the side here, you'll see this is your 7-way and 4-way pins for towing, and it also has a big loop in case you get yourself hung up. You can pull directly from the frame with this loop here. And these are just your, like, ooh, there's water in that one. These are just your connectors there for your different types of, if you got electric brakes or just a 4-wire pin. So it's a pretty nice setup. It should work well for towing stuff that's 5,000 or less. I would probably say on the lesser side. I wouldn't want to load it down if you don't have to. The rear shock system in this vehicle is unique as well. It has a line that runs from each of the shocks that's supposed to help equalize the pressure and better ride and all sorts of stuff like that. I'm not sure if it does. I can tell you overall this vehicle rides extremely live. It is very live when you drive it. So we came from a VW Tiguan, which rode pretty nice, pretty smooth ride. This, you will feel all the bumps in the road, but this is a true sport utility. It's set up to be used off-road. Alright, so this is the rear of the vehicle. So this model is not a power liftgate, so it just uses the pneumatic cylinders, and then you also have a strap for a grab handle, and then there's also a built-in handle in the actual gate itself. The dog gets to ride in the back here, so that's why we have the towels down. It did come with the Toyota, the rubber mat here, otherwise it's just carpet underneath. There are some tie downs on each side here for tying stuff down so it doesn't move. You have a shallow section for storage over here, and then on this side you got the same shallow storage, and then some pockets here that must be above the wheel. You got some straps in there. It does come with a basic Toyota first aid kit. One of the nice things is it does have an inverter. So if you're driving the vehicle, the inverter will only do 200 watts. If you're parked and running, you will have 400 watts. Also have a 12 volt cigarette lighter or outlet power point there as well. The seats do fold down. A couple different configurations. They fold flat, or you can fold I believe it's 60 on one side, 40 on the other. So if you want to put 60 of it down, you can still have a passenger on the other side. Over on this side here is where you're going to be where you're going to go to access all your stuff for changing a spare tire. You have the jack, the wrench, lug wrench, and all that type of thing in there. The one thing I'm disappointed with, this is our jumper cables. There is not a good spot for those yet. I thought I could get them underneath the seat, the back seat, but there is not enough space. Our exterior, we could actually sneak stuff in there, but this one we cannot. So, and every time I've set them up on top, it falls down when you turn. So we haven't figured out a good spot for that yet. The one other thing to note too, both rear windows here also have the same grid work for de-icing, which is really nice. That is unique, and I haven't seen anybody talk about that on a video, and especially in Wisconsin, that's really nice to have. So with the key fob in my pocket, you can unlock the driver's side door just by grabbing the handle. Now the door is unlocked. If you want to lock the vehicle with the key fob in your pocket, there's a small rib section here. You hold that and it will lock. Now it's unlocked. We'll take a look at the rear here first. So the back windows obviously have some tint to them. I can't tell you offhand what it's tinted to, but it's pretty dark. Seems to be a decent amount of storage. There's these shallow door pockets, and then you have the larger ones for like a water bottle and something else. The seats are, I'm not sure if they're a leather. The dealer called them a leather. I know Toyota has a special name for it. It sure looks like leather. There are decent map pockets in the back here. There also are 2 USB ports for charging, and you also have your rear HVAC. Armrest, cup holder. Of course, that'll fold up. This one is a 5-seater. It doesn't have a third row. We really didn't need that. Alright, so looking at the front passenger side, again, you have soft surfaces across the front. Same type of, feels like leather. Could be plastic, I guess. Shallow pocket here, larger pocket for a cup holder or a canister of wet ones. Map pocket there as well. Seats are pretty comfortable. The driver's side is power, passenger side is going to be manual. Glove box is a pretty decent size as well. Decent amount of storage in there, and again, it comes with the rubber floor mats. We also got the carpet, but these were like an upgrade with this package. So we'll take a look now at the driver's side. Alright, so driver's side seat, you got your controls there for the electric seat. There's also a lumbar support as well. And if we come around here, we have the power mirrors, your dimming. This is going to be for your auto high beam. You can turn that on or off so that it'll automatically turn your high beams off for you. Down here you have a looks like a camera button for viewing. This will operate your inverter. This is going to be for your defroster for the window. Hood latch, and then you got a blank. This does not come with a trailer brake controller for electric brakes, but you could put one in here. There's an aftermarket company that makes one that fits this Toyota blank, which is nice. If we come over here, you got the center console. This is going to be full of stuff again, but it's pretty deep. You can throw quite a bit of looks like there's a return in there. A shirt. It has a tissue holder. It looks like a pen or pencil holder as well. So it's pretty well thought out for the most part. Shifter looks pretty standard to I would say a Tacoma. It's got the odd thing here. Toyota does this. I would rather it just be park, reverse, and drive or neutral. You don't really need this manual shifting here. Again, you got two shift blanks, or two blanks here. This would be for if it had heated seats. The dealer did tell us we could get that installed. I forget what he said. It wasn't much. We'll look into that. I don't know if we're going to do this. This is going to be for your rear window to operate it up and down. You got a cup holder here. There's a insert that goes in there. There's it in there. There's an insert in there now, so you can take it out for bigger cups. Smaller compartment here. This looks like this would probably be for change. We got a larger one with the insert out. Small compartment underneath, and another shallow compartment there as well. USB 12 volt power point. You have your rear defrosters. HVAC controls are right and left here, so your temp. This would be for your fan speed. Radio also has GPS, or the whatever you call it, navigation built into it, which is okay, I guess. You got your hazards there. The one thing they could have did without is this horrible little clock that's up here. I am not sure why they put that in there. One, all the dust and dirt goes down in here. It's hard to clean, and it's really hard to see. And the radio has a clock built in, so I'm not sure why they did that. So to operate the accessory, you press it once, you have function for the radio. You hold it again, it'll turn the ignition on. So it's keyed on, so like your HVAC will work, you can open your windows. That's all without starting it. The only way to start the vehicle is to press the brake and then hold the button. So now if I press it again, it would turn the ignition back off. Here's a quick look at the instrument cluster. Pretty basic throughout here. Like I said, there is a pretty extensive list of things. So it'll warn you if you're backing up and there's someone behind you as you're backing up. It's going to have your fuel mileage, your range, distance. There's also like an eco type system built in. The tire pressures, it'll tell you that on this screen. Steering angle, so if you turn your wheels, this will all show while it's running. It'll show the direction of your tires. Obviously, if you're off-roading or that type of thing, you might need to know which way they are. There again, I don't know who would be off-roading this type of 4Runner. You got a compass built in, and then that's some of the stuff for the radio. Typically, we just leave it set to the mile per hour. That's what my wife likes. She doesn't like it when I go into this other stuff. So there's all sorts of settings in there if you want to get really ridiculous about it, but we're just all about a basic vehicle here, which is mostly what this is. You got your windshield washer controls here for front and rear, and then over here you're going to have your lights, fog lights, high beam. Below your windshield wiper controls, you're going to have your cruise. If you haven't used a Toyota Cruise before, it takes a little bit to figure it out. It's not similar to a Ford or anything like that, or even a Dodge. You got on, down is going to be for set. Your up is going to be for the resume or to increase speed, and then cancel would be to pull it back. So it's a nice design, but if you're not used to it, it takes a little bit. You're going to have some Bluetooth controls as well on the front. This just navigates your screen, and then over here you're going to have your controls for like the radio. One other thing I'm going to share here, which I haven't seen in any other videos, is there is a windshield wiper de-icer here again. Just like the rear window and the two rear side windows, has the electric grid built in so that hopefully your wipers won't freeze to the windshield, or it'll help keep them from icing up, which is very nice again to have in Wisconsin winters. Alright, so finally we're going to get to the engine here. There is a non-functional hood scoop with this vehicle as well, and it does have the pneumatic cylinders to hold the hood up. So for those familiar with Toyota, it's pretty much a basic Toyota design or style. 4-liter V6. That engine has been around forever, along with this body style has also been around a long time. So I will do a video on the oil filter. I just picked that up from the dealer. Looks like it should be pretty easy to change. The oil that they're using in this engine is a 0W20. I believe it's a full synthetic. When I looked at the maintenance schedule, it said up to 10,000 miles, so we'll be changing it before that, especially on the first go around. But I'm thinking I'll probably get it changed around every 5,000 or 7,000 miles. I'm not going to take it the full 10, especially if you're doing a lot of towing and that type of thing. So it should be a pretty good vehicle in the way of longevity. Toyotas are usually built pretty well, and a design that's been around a long time without much change is usually a good thing. It usually means they got it figured out. Alright, so we're going to wrap this up here. If you have any questions, if there's something I misspoke on, or if there's something I didn't cover that you'd like to know more about, just comment below and I will let you know. I get a lot of comments on stuff, and I will always go back and double check what I put out, and if there's something I didn't cover, I try to make it as complete as possible. So I would definitely recommend this. We haven't had it very long. There's about 2,500 miles on it. That's probably 2,600 at this point. But it's definitely going to suit us well, and that'll be it for now.